This has happened so many times, it's now frustrating that I missed. You'd think I'd find mate in one here. Oh, welcome back to the channel. And we are playing the Caro. It's quite frustrating right now. This is like the 5th time I've tried to record this video and I keep losing the footage. So I'm hoping this is the final one that actually gets out there. So we're playing the Caro, and my opponent transposes it into the Tartokower version of the Caro, and I do like the Tartokower. It's very thematic, and it's something that I like playing quite a lot, because the moves, in as much as they seem passive, they are very useful in the setting up the position for black, bringing the knight, the tower here to e8, and taking the knight from b8 to f8, and then setting up the battery with my queen, no, not like that, with the queen to face there. That's essentially what you want to set up, and in some versions, though, in some areas, it does lend itself out to an exchange, to a rook sacrifice, a rook exchange. And I do have a good win rate with the Tartokower. So I go about setting up exactly as I mentioned. Right now, all pieces are in each one's halves. It's just that I'm missing the d5 pawn, and they're missing the e5, the e pawn. So my opponent sets up, and here they allow me to take a free pawn, and I don't miss it. Took me 7 seconds, but I found it. And they attack my queen, trying to remove that battery that scared them so much. And then they have to move the rook because it's under attack by my bishop. So I took with their queen, and I attack with tempo. And this is essentially the perfect setup with Tartokower. What's missing? My knight's missing, but I can do without. And their bishop is missing, which is good, but my rook still exists. So I've exchanged the rook for the knight, which I think is a better piece, if you don't mind me saying. And I think I like this position better because they don't really have many attacking options. And I took to prevent them from doubling up, and I take the semi-open file. And I should have played this move because then their queen would have been stuck. And with the queen stuck, it would have enabled me to actually win a knight, because that's the only way to save it. So we continue this in this manner. And I'm attacking the queen because this queen attacking with the tempo allows me to win another pawn, and of which I capitalize on. And at this point, I am down quite a bit of time against my opponent, so it's also stressing me out, but I'm just trying to see how I can win this definitively, which actually influenced my next few moves. So my opponent here brings his queen up, I bring my pawn up, because I'm trying to take up space, especially where I have a potential of setting up a passer in this area here, with this pawn setup here. So opponent brings a king, I check, and my argument for this check was because it might enable a queen trade, which is what I want, because I feel like I'm winning. So, and the evaluation bar does tell me I'm winning. So I do the queen trade, and these retreating moves with the tower could have been my downfall, but my opponent did not capitalize. So in this instance, everything's protected. The king doesn't have access either way, so all the king can do is move back here. But we continue this way. They try to attack that chain, and I guess I should have been afraid for that take because they are stuck. I should have just moved my king across like I wanted and kept my tower there, but I made that mistake twice, allowing the king to come in through here, but they did not see it. And I'm moving my piece across, shuffling across, because that's where I'm strong. So I took that pawn because I didn't want them to push and have it protected with another pawn. So my opponent, pushed with check. I don't know for whatever reason. I took, they check, and I took. I didn't take. I blocked with my tower, and this is how the game ended. My opponent resigned after this because they felt, yeah, they are limited in what they can do, really. Even if they chase this pawn, I'm going to let them go after it and try to push my agenda. So they could have attacked this way, I guess, but anyway, that's not how the game went, and this is how we continued on. Let me show you game 2. Now game 2 is, yeah, that's all I can say about it. Opening for the Scotch, and my opponent doesn't take, so I took there, bringing my piece up, and I'm attacking the knight here. And the whole idea here is to try to open up. The king's still in the center, so I figured if you're not going to castle, I am going to continue with my rampage. So I took the pawn, and I check here in the hopes that however they decide to defend, I can either pin something and see if I can go for an attack. But they move their king across, and I'm like, oh, okay, so we're not castling today, which is fine by me. So I should have taken, but I didn't, because by me taking this piece here, it would have been take, and here, and I'm looking at that that tower there, because if they don't do anything, if they just move their tower, it's mate in 1, because this configuration is dangerous. So anyway, I missed it, and I went back, and they bring their bishop forward, and I'm threatening to try double. And here I was not afraid with this check. It doesn't do anything. You don't gain anything. And my opponent plays this move, and I went for this check, and I went for this move, another threatening, another mate in 1 that I can see, where I bring my queen there. But they move back, and the biggest meme in chess, when you have mate in 1, find something better. I fell for it. I found something better, which was this, which should have been this, winning the game on the spot after 18 moves. But no, that's not how I play. That's not how these 1600s play. So they took, and I went for the check in the end, hoping that there was an opening, but I went for the check again, and this would have been perfect. It would have been mate if it wasn't for this pawn here. So they push, and I went for check again. I took the tower there again. God, when you have mate in 1, like, what are you thinking, right? Go here, mate in 1. But no, I took. And it's at this point here when it's starting to dawn on me that I've missed so much in this game so far. This is how I'm going to control it, which is ending it on my terms with a draw. We don't gain any rating, and that's how the game ended. Game 3, I played as white, and I'm trying to set up the Scotch, but my opponent plays a Caro. Now, you've just watched me play the Caro, but I'm playing the Tartokower variation. Here, my opponent, I forced him into an advanced variation, because I played the opening, I know what my opponent wants to do, so I can anticipate their moves and try and prevent them if I want to, but also set it up to my advantage, which is what I did in this game. Blocking everything that my opponent wants to do, and this is a good pawn push because my opponent has to attack in the minority here in the Caro. That's where they're strongest. So I took, and I defended my knight there, so now my knight's free to move. So, and this pawn push is to prevent this pawn from coming through there, but the Indian in this position likes my opponent's position because I'm quite passive. There isn't much opening or anything going for me at the moment. So they took, I took back, they came through, I castled because I was very happy with that trade. They bring their queen up. I played this move attacking their knight. They move into a passive square, and you can see how the evaluation bar likes my position as we speak. There's a free pawn here, take it. Do I take it? No. It's the theme of this video, really. Missed opportunities. But anyway, my opponent went back and I attacked the queen in the most obvious way possible. And my opponent plays, I don't know, guess what they play. Maybe if you want, guess in the comments below what move my opponent played in this position. I'm just going to give you 5 seconds. My opponent plays a6. Did not see that coming. Even I didn't expect it. I took, and my opponent immediately resigned. I don't know why they didn't see that move, or what they were focusing on, or what they were trying to calculate, but that's how the cookie crumbled, and I left the game at this position. So again, that's what my opponent did. Thank you all for your support. Thank you all for those that have been supporting these videos. I really do appreciate this. My last video blew up, and hoping for the same trend. So please do like, do subscribe, and support local YouTube, guys. And thank you again. We'll see you all in the next one, where I talk about the collapse of my 1600 rating.